Again, Houston. He's got a hole. He's over. Alabama touchdown.
I'm just wondering if your listeners know how good a football player you were. I can still see you playing that fullback, knocking those players out of the way. And I believe I could have run behind you.
Martin, I can remember when we came to summer and you were playing fullback up there, and I saw you in the weight room and watched you work out in the weight room. If you could you were strong enough to pick up the whole weight room. I wanted to pick it, and our running back coach didn't take the biggest mistake we ever made.
The Martin Houston Show with national championship winning fullback Martin Houston, giving you 1 hour of intense, hard-hitting analysis from an insider's perspective. It's time for the Martin Houston Show on your home for Alabama sports, Tide 100.9, and streaming on the Tide 100.9 app.
Good morning. Welcome into the Martin Houston Show with Martin and Xavier, powered by Box Eye Care. That's Box Eye Care, boxeyecare.com. Man, we invite you to get in on the program on the Empowerment, Leadership, and People Solutions Hotline, 205-342-9904, 205-342-9904. That's Empowerment, Leadership, and People Solutions Hotline. We are here. We invite you to get in. Also, if you're tuning in on the live stream, good morning over there as you begin to make your way into the lineup. You can post your thoughts, comments, and reactions there. If you're on the if you're on the radio, if you want to follow for more information, go to facebook.com/The Martin Houston Show. That's facebook.com/The Martin Houston Show. All right. It's a Thursday. We got a lot to get to. And hey, don't forget, excuse me. Don't forget that we do it every day, every single day, Monday through Friday from 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. But because we are celebrating our nation's independence on tomorrow, and Xavier's birthday on Saturday, we're going to take off tomorrow. We're going to give Xavier the day off. We're going to give you the day off. So we'll not be broadcasting live on tomorrow. So this will be our final show of the week. So if you got some thoughts and want to get in on this crazy week that Alabama football has enjoyed, has to be, whether it's the most talented weekend of recruits Alabama's ever had. I can't say that, but I can say that I don't think I ever remember a trend like what we've seen. It's amazing. It's amazing. So definitely we're going to break that down in the recruiting trail as Alabama and Kalen DeBoer and Courtney Morgan, Bob Weldon and Shepard, and they just keep
even Nick Saban, because apparently that's the only reason we get them.
Yeah, well, thank you, Coach.
Appreciate it.
Yeah,
maybe I should get you a Nick Saban.
Yeah. I mean, hey, listen. I mean, if we're still getting recruits because of Nick Saban, wasn't Nick Saban the coach when he retired?
Yep.
Okay, and wasn't the comment that DeBoer couldn't recruit the South? So Nick Saban hasn't changed who he is and was, right? So that was going to be one of my questions to you, X, when we start talking about this recruiting about Kalen DeBoer. So hold that thought. Let me remember that this is the day that the Lord has made. So let's rejoice and be glad in it. Take some time today to notice someone, love someone, serve someone, be the difference you want to see in the world today. So before we get into the recruiting, because we want to get into it, we got a couple callers, so let's go ahead and get to them. But hold on, because the boys across the state have made some comments
Mm-hmm.
Regarding recruiting.
Mm-hmm.
And when our coach came in, the whole nation made some statements about Kalen DeBoer. And locally, the joke was that Harbison 2.0.
Mm-hmm. Husky Harson.
Yeah. Yep. So we're going to break all of that down because Nick Saban is still recruiting for Alabama, undoubtedly.
Roll Tide.
Roll Tide. So let's go to the Empowerment, Leadership, and People Solutions Hotline. You're in Ragged Glory. What's on your mind, sir?
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Xavier. Happy birthday to you. Have a blessed birthday Saturday, Xavier.
Thank you.
That sounded like that sounded like Julian in the background playing backup music.
Hey, I'm telling you, she's our go-to.
All right.
Hey, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
You're very welcome, Xavier. And hey, water sign. Hey, I'm Scorpio, so you're Cancer. Ha ha. And between you and your dad, that's steam.
I got, and the funny thing is, regular, I got a house full of them. My wife's birthday was this past Sunday. And my son's birthday is the 17th of this month. So he's a Cancer. And then my daughter, she gets to be a little unique while still being right around the corner. Her birthday's the 30th, but she's a Leo.
Okay, well, that's cool. Almost a cuspy, so, nothing wrong with that.
We literally have all four of our birthdays within a month of each other, 31 days.
Yeah, just that's cute when they little. That's expensive when they get old.
What you mean when they get old? They already around my pockets.
I promise you, buying toys and buying a car is different.
True.
and sending them to college or whatever, graduate is different. But anyway, what else you got for us, Ragged Glory?
Okay, I do. Okay, I got two things. First of all, I want to give a shout out to Alabama Tuscaloosa. I, Ragged Glory, am now powered by Box Eye Care. What an experience. 5 stars, you all. Fire your ophthalmology and all that kind of stuff and go down and see Dr. Daniel Box and his team. What an experience. In fact, I'd give him 6 stars. So there it is there.
Awesome. That's awesome.
Yep.
One power us every day. This is the Martin Houston Show, powered by Box Eye Care. That's
right. And now Ragged Glory's powered by it. And the rest of Alabama and Tuscaloosa needs to be powered by them because it was the most wonderful experience.
Awesome.
One sports question for you now. Are the stars still raining down on the Crimson Tide, or are we done with it?
From what is being communicated, the intel that is being put out there, I think there's a little more rain coming this week.
Oh, okay. Well, in the words of the great Cliff Wilson, the preacher of the church of what's happening now, not what's happening in the future, not what's happened in the past. This is a church of what's happening now. I can't wait for you all now to start talking about what we got and what we're going to do.
All right.
Hey, we appreciate it.
Appreciate it. That's Ragged Glory. And hey, listen, I would take Ragged Glory's advice if you're in the market for a doctor to take care of all of your eye care needs, plus more. Don't forget they even have laser skin care there go to Box Eye Care. You can find out all that they have to offer at boxeyecare.com. Let's bring in Pat. Pat, you're in on the Empowerment Leadership and People Solutions Hotline. What's on your mind, sir?
Yeah. Have a happy 4th of July, Julene. But, hey, I want to talk about, it looks like we've got Nolan Wilson possibly going to commit, and then we're going to get a 5-star safety possibly. But I'm greedy. I want a 4-star D tackle out of Florida by the name of Elijah Golden. What do you think, X?
I haven't heard much about him in a while. He popped on the radar for a minute, and then it's just kind of been quiet on his front. There's always a chance it's kind of in play. You know, he visited back about 3 weeks ago now, I guess. It's been but really it's Bama, Notre Dame in the mix, Oklahoma, maybe Miami getting back in there on them. So I think his is going to play out for a little while. Doesn't have a date set. So I think that's an in-season, potentially a postseason commitment.
Well, I just read yesterday where he's going to announce at the end of July.
Did he move his date up?
He's coming on the
Okay, so
yes,
okay, cool. So he hadn't picked a date from the last time I had heard anything. So I honestly I don't have a prediction on him. I think we're just gonna have to wait and see. Like I said, he had a good visit when he came. So was it enough to impress, or will he end up? I think it would be Alabama, Notre Dame, and Oklahoma, really the 3 schools, from what I've heard.
Okay. Well, Drew Dillman says he's the icing on the cake for this class. And
he'd be a nice piece to it. Yeah, he's got a similar frame to LT Overton.
Happy birthday again. Yeah.
Hey, I appreciate it.
Again.
All right. Well, there's that's Pat. You know, Pat. Not even going. Pat's so excited about what's happening in recruiting. He didn't even mention the fact that we got Sadarian
Morgan.
I was just thinking that.
I mean, let that sink in. Pat just called up, and Alabama just got a 5-star. And Pat. What's the old thing where you see the guys after they I think who used to do it? The running back from Ohio State plays for the Zeke. Where they start spooning more. If you could have seen Pat on the phone call, this is what was going on. Pat read, "Oh, Alabama got Sadarian Morgan," and instead of celebrating, Pat would like eat, Bama. He wants more. So, and we'll talk about it on the other side. Whether Alabama's going to get more. Has Kalen DeBoer and his staff absolutely obliterated his critics about why he would not be successful at Alabama? And if he's obliterated that, what else does he have to do to have Alabama continue as one of the top teams in the nation, because they're one of the top teams in the SEC? We'll talk about it on the other side.
Tide 100.9 traffic.
Waking up this morning and hitting the roadway, you're looking at road work right now. There's a work zone with 1 lane open on Highway 82, both east and west, between Sam Sutton Road and Boswell Road. We're also looking at a road blocked for road work on 1st Street between Main Avenue and Bridge Avenue. Also looking at long-term road construction on I-2059 in both directions of east and west at Foster's, which is Holy Springs Lane. With your Tuscaloosa traffic now, I am Michelle Gilliard.
This report is sponsored by Payday.
The Tide 100.9 WTBC 1230 Sports Radio studio is presented by B-Dry Alabama. B-Dry Waterproofing. Online at bdryalabama.com.
Just announced 0% for up to 60 months on all 2025 Nissan Rogue SUVs and the 2025 Nissan Pathfinders. Wow. Don't wait. Just shop now. Townsend Nissan today.
Hardworking people need a hardworking candy bar. Packed with peanuts and filled with golden caramel, Payday is definitely working hard for you. So grab one now to power you through the day. Payday Peanut Caramel Bar. Get to it.
Hey, this is Wyatt Fulton from Tide 100.9. Since moving to Tuscaloosa in 2022, I've been embraced by the community, and we want to help do the same for you and your business. I'm passionate about the Tide listeners, and I know that they will support advertisers whose products and services we endorse. At Town Square Media Tuscaloosa, we can help create customized radio and digital marketing plans to help grow your business. Hit me up at wyatt.fulton@townsquaremedia.com, and I can tell you more, and let's help your business score big.
Got timberland in West Alabama or East Mississippi? North River Timber Company has you covered. Since 2011, Courtney White, a registered forester, along with his expert team, have been managing timberland and harvesting timber across 4 West Alabama counties. They offer comprehensive timber management plans, reforestation services, and appraisals. Courtney White says timber is like money in the bank. Don't let your investment go unrealized. Call North River Timber Company today. Email them at northrivertimberco@gmail.com or call 205-242-5127.
Shop 4th of July savings at the Home Depot right now and get up to 40% off, plus up to an extra $600 off select appliances with free delivery, like Samsung. From all-in-one washer dryers to smart refrigerators, upgrade to tech you can trust with Samsung appliances. The Home Depot has what you need to simplify your routine. Don't miss 4th of July appliance savings at the Home Depot. Free delivery on appliance purchases of $396 or more. Offer valid June 18th through July 9th. U.S. only. See store or online for details.
Hey, I'm Martin Houston, and I want to tell you about exciting news happening at Box Eye Care. They've moved to their new location, bringing you a brand new lab, stylish new frames, and a fresh look just for you. Enjoy their expanded frame inventory, competitive prices, and faster service, all with the same great level of service you've come to know and trust. Discover this full-service eye care at Box Eye Care's new location. With their in-house lab, they offer unbeatable value and one of the largest frame collections in town. Schedule your eye exam today and walk out with new glasses in less than an hour in most cases. Visit boxeyecare.com. That's boxeyecare.com or call 205-342-0660. That's 205-342-0660. Visit them at 5003 Oscar Baxter Drive. That's Box Eye Care. Your vision, our priority.
Tide 100.9 Tuscaloosa weather.
A good supply of sunshine today. The high for this afternoon around 90. For tonight, clear with a low at 68. The weather stays rain-free tomorrow and Saturday. The sky partly to mostly sunny both days. Highs between 90 and 93. I'm James Spann on the ABC 3340 Weather Center on Tide 100.9. It's 69 degrees in Tuscaloosa.
Keep it locked into Tide 100.9 for more of the Martin Houston Show with Martin Houston and X's and O's Sports, Xavier Houston.
Welcome back into the Martin Houston Show. Box Eye Care, boxeyecare.com. We had a great endorsement from Ragged Glory a few minutes ago. Stick to the endorsements, not necessarily the happy birthday singing, but appreciate Ragged Glory and Julene listening each and every morning. Learn more at boxeyecare.com. Laser vision correction, consultation and services, comprehensive eye care, dry eye treatment, of course, diagnostic and treatment. And even though the center of everything they do is eye care, they also now offer laser skin care. You can find them at 5003 Oscar Baxter Drive down on Highway 69. You can call them at 205-342-0660. Email them at office@boxeyecare.com and find out all that information by visiting boxeyecare.com. They power us, they power us each and every day, X, and we appreciate their support and appreciate you supporting them. Yeah, X recruiting. We said that Coach had an avatar in wide receivers. I read an article X with 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 Lozier Brooks is just under 6'3". Without Lozier Brooks, the average height is right at 6'4". of of the wide receivers, including
That he
Isaiah
recruited.
Horton, Meadows last year, and the guys they've gotten this year. He definitely has an avatar. Tell us what they're getting in the latest recruit from Alex City.
Yeah, you're talking about Sedarian Morgan. Probably the most physically imposing wide receiver out of high school Alabama has signed. Well, not probably is the most imposing physically wide receiver Alabama has had commit to them since one Julio Jones. And when you look at it, it's going to be rough on him. I have a feeling because you're going to start hearing the comparisons, especially if Alabama. Um, you look at 6'3", 6'4", 220, 120 pounds of Julio and Morgan and Sedarian. Then you look at the time of the careers that they're coming in, the board. This is going to be his second, recruiting class, his first real recruiting class that he was able to fully flesh out and build. And he's getting this type of wide receiver, but I think he's a absolute monster that you're going to be able to put out there at that X position, and he'll be able to dominate for 2 to 3 years.
Absolutely. I think they're getting a gem in him, and it's going to be interesting. With saving the average height of receivers over the last 5 years was right at 6 foot.
Mm-hmm.
So that kind of lets you know there's definitely a change there. And of course,
I think we should talk about the avatar really when you look. I think we have found his quarterback, running back, and wide receiver avatar. If you look at who he signed last year, who he's signing this year, all three of those positions. This is the type of running back, 6 foot, 5'11" to 6 foot, 200, 210 pounds. Quarterback, 6'2" to 6'3", 200 pounds coming out of high school. This is, and as you said, the 6'3", 200-pound wide receiver. These are who he is recruiting across the board.
Yeah, and I mean, literally, I think if you go back and don't want to get sidetracked, but if you go back and look at Keelan Russell, Michael Penix, I think you'll see Keelan Russell coming out of high school. If you look at their, similar build, similar frame, long, lanky, athletic, but prefer to be in the pocket. So it's not just, to me, it's not just height, because height doesn't guarantee anything. It's how you use them. Like Julio Jones is the most imposing physical wide receiver I think I've ever seen at the college game. But I think had Julio came out during this era, Julio would shatter the receiving record. I mean, it would even be close. So
no.
And the reason you had a dominant run game in Alabama, and the reason we used to see so many long runs
was because of wide receivers like
Julio Jones, huh?
Because of his ability to not just catch the ball but block.
That's right. That's why I say, there may be some guys that have come out that were bigger than Julio and all of that, but I don't know if you ever saw someone with that type of talent be that committed to being a run blocker.
Yeah.
At the college level. Now, I think you may find some guys when you get to the pros that may do it too, but that's what anyway.
But I think this to talk about, when we had our recruiting show last Thursday, where Alabama was ranked in the 30s in recruiting, and we sit here today. Alabama has the number 6 class and has gotten 3 5-stars to commit, a high-level 4-star, and 2 wide receivers that this program believes in, and they've evaluated and say, hey, these are guys that fit the mold of what we're doing.
Yeah, I would tell you that Alabama has gotten. I think Crowell. Are you counting Crowell as a 3-star? I mean 5-star.
5-star, yeah, because he split. 247 has him as a 4-star, and then on 3 has him as a 5-star. On 3 has him as a 5-star, and then ESPN's got him like crazy low, which drops his composite.
Right. And so when you look at it, there's probably 4 already. Xavier Griffin, Sadarian Morgan, Jordan Edmonds, and Crowell will probably all be 5-stars when the season's over. But even on the low end side, I think guys like Brian Williams Jr. Could bump up. Finch and Johnson are guys that could jump up into that 4-star category. But they're getting fits. They're getting what they want. X. Before we get to break here, Alabama having unprecedented. Not necessarily talent, because it's yet to be seen if this class will be, as talented as some of the classes Saban got, but an unprecedented streak. I don't think I remember where Alabama had as many consecutive guys who were committing with multiple offers all end up going to the Tide.
Not like this.
Yeah, so it's unbelievable, and so, but the guys across the state trying to throw shade with their audio of what they're saying. They're trying to say something without saying something. Do you think that Hugh Freeze and his crew over there are trying to insinuate that Alabama's cheating with their press conference and what they had to say? Tell the people what they said.
Yeah, so Hugh Freeze and their athletic director, John Cohen, came out and had some statements regarding, and I'm guessing because, what's today, the 3rd? 2 days ago was officially when the $20.5 million was able to start to be allocated and moved around and things of that nature. They said, oh, well, we're waiting to make sure that we're able to do it the right way. And, we're going to take our time in the process of allocations and things like that to make sure we're not breaking any of the rules. And so I don't know if that was a shot directly at Alabama, but it's interesting. That's what you say the first time you talk to the press in a while, after the streak and the run that Alabama has been on the recruiting trail, after you got guys decommitting from your class going to Georgia, Kentucky, and you slowly falling down the recruiting rankings while your big brother across the state is climbing.
Yeah. So what I want to do is I want to dig into that a little bit. We got a couple comments that kind of address that as well. So coming back on the other side, where are they throwing a shot at Alabama? And number 2, can they even afford to do what they're saying they're going to do in this new landscape of college recruiting? It's the Martin Houston Show with Martin and Xavier. We're powered by Bauxite Care. We also have great sponsors like North River Timber Company, LLC, North River Timber CO at gmail.com, or call Courtney White at 205-242-5127. You can also call Chase Pearson at 205-799-0665. Whether it's timber harvesting, appraisals, or land management, no one does it better in West Alabama, East Mississippi. Courtney White and his staff will tell you Owning land is like having money in the bank to do the things you desire to do. So give them a call. That's North River Timber Company, LLC.
Tide 100.9 traffic.
Waking up this morning and hitting the roadway, you're looking at road work right now. There's a work zone with one lane open on Highway 82, both east and west, between Sam Sutton Road and Boswell Road. We're also looking at a road blocked for road work on 1st Street between Main Avenue and Bridge Avenue. Also looking at long-term road construction on I-2059 in both directions of east and west at Foster's, which is Holy Springs Lane. With your Tuscaloosa traffic now, I am Michelle Gilliard.
365, 24/7. You'll find road and utility crews, tow trucks, law enforcement, and first responders working along Alabama's roadway.
We're making improvements and helping our communities stay connected.
We're working hard to make sure you're safe on the road. Now we need your help to make sure we're safe too.
Alabama's move over law requires you to move over a lane when you see flashing lights on the roadside. And if you can't safely move over, please slow down.
Visit DriveSafeAlabama.org, brought to you by the Alabama Department of Transportation, Alabama Broadcasters Association, and this station.
Our daughter Jessie loves playing detective.
A clue.
But since we discovered she has sensitive skin, we've been playing detective too.
We thought the problem was our puppy.
But it was actually our old detergent.
Aha.
So we switched to Tide Free and Gentle. Tide Free and Gentle provides an excellent Tide clean, and it doesn't leave behind irritating residues like dyes or perfumes, so it's gentle on your skin.
Case closed.
If it's got to be clean, it's got to be Tide Free and Gentle.
Serving part-time in the Army National Guard has led to a lot of firsts for me. It paid for me to be the first person in my family to go to school. That education got me to the first day at my dream job, which I can still hold while I serve part-time. That job and the home loan benefits I got from the Army National Guard helped me buy my first house. I also know that I will be one of the first to respond if my community ever needs me.
Sponsored by the Alabama Army National Guard. Aired by the Alabama Broadcasters Association and this station.
Accidents happen, and when they do, make sure you've got the right person in your corner. If you've been in a wreck with a vehicle that has a logo on it, you've got to call Stephen Mesrano at 205-800-8000. Mesrano has won cases that have changed laws in Alabama, and Mesrano has secured large verdicts and settlements for his clients. Remember M for money and Mesrano.
If it has a logo on it, call me, 205-800-8000.
If you need to hire, it seems like the whole process can be exhausting. You search resumes, wait for the right candidates to apply, set up initial interviews. It's a lot of time and work. Well, what if you could meet with qualified candidates for your job the very next day? Now you can with Zip Intro from ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. Zip Intro is super easy to use. You simply pick a time, and it does all the work of finding and scheduling qualified candidates for you. Then you can choose who you want to talk to and meet with great people on back-to-back video calls as soon as the next day. Best of all, you save time and energy.
Try Zip Intro for free right now at this exclusive web address, ZipRecruiter.com/free. Zip Intro. Post jobs today. Talk to qualified candidates tomorrow. Once again, go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Welcome back to the Martin Houston Show, the sound of Bama sports. Your show, your team, on your home for Alabama sports. Tide 100.9 and streaming on the Tide 100.9 app.
Check out Dixie Battery Supply, DixieBatterySupply.com. 3 locations in Tuscaloosa, Bessemer, and Northport to better serve you. They have all of your battery needs. They can supply them all. You'll never feel powerless again. And don't forget, hey, they buy junk batteries. They also have reconditioned batteries starting at $60. That's Dixie Battery Supply, DixieBatterySupply.com. All right. X, it's I just look at it before we're gonna get to timing because he's been holding, but It's just so interesting that they come out, and make that statement right after Alabama goes on this streak. And even if they're not throwing shade at Alabama, it can't look good to your fan base. I don't know. I hadn't talked to anybody, but they have to be like wondering, because if you're gonna have that approach, I get it. You want to be careful, but can you afford that when there's another whole new recruiting period that the guy across the state has made up his mind that he's going to go ahead and take offers to fill his class?
Yeah.
In other words, Saban never fully adjusted to this. He would take some, but it's almost like the early signing period, X, that DeBoer and his staff has decided that this would be their early commit period as well, with that same type of emphasis. And then they can go out during the season and either focus all they need to do on coaching, but also focus on, but meet the needs in this time, and then go out and maybe get some even game changers. But they're getting both right now.
Yeah, when you look at the way that Coach DeBoer and staff are doing it now, it is let's go all out now. Get the big names, get the guys that we really want, that we've evaluated. And then, of course, now that they've done that for the most part, because you're talking about Alabama's class sitting at 17 commits now, with 2 to 3 more guys committing over the next 2 weeks, they can focus after this period on filling holes and going after players that might not necessarily be a need, but a want, while also saying, hey, we might sign 23, 24 high school kids and then use the rest to hit the portal after the season for, hey, we're going to have some guys leaving the portal. That's just part of college football now, but we have scholarships available for portal guys.
Yeah.
Without having to focus as much on the high school level, because you've taken care of that now.
Yeah, I mean, I think it also will help this staff, not meaning that they'll be lazy during the season, but they won't have to do as much work. They got a lot of the guys they wanted in on visits in June, so that they're able to move forward. And QD saying he was informed that the smartest thing Kalen and the board did was keep Saban's recruiting staff. He brought in Morgan and added a few new people, but the core staff remained. I don't know the exact number, but I did mention Bob Welton when we were coming on, director of player personnel, when we were coming on, was doing a good job under Saban. And yeah, of course, that's those relationships. And I don't know how many he kept, but I'm going to tell you the smartest thing he did was recruit guys to his staff who can recruit as well. Remember, Saban
and knew the
fired.
South. And knew the South.
Remember, Saban fired the majority of his staff pretty much the morning after they won a national title because he said they were not good recruiters.
Yeah.
And nobody's talked about this, X. Since that time, he said, we have fallen behind. Well, Alabama hadn't won. Have they won another one since?
Nope.
Other than the 2020?
Nope.
Yeah, I mean, I think the recruiting has changed. I think that did impact Alabama a little bit. Now, of course, there's been a lot of other changes that have come since that time. Anyway, let's get to Tommy. Tommy, you in on the Empowerment, Leadership, and People Solutions Hotline. What's on your mind, sir?
Well, it's like what we said for the last few days. When Alabama start to do good, people get scared. And I think you hear a little gums flopping. It's like those saying, when you walk by the cemetery in the middle of the night, you whistle because you're scared. They scare. You hear all these other guys out of Louisiana, Knoxville, Georgia. Alabama's done. Alabama's dead. Nick Saban's gone. People do not, let me repeat this, do not understand the script. Hey, because we have had leadership for over 100 years. We had down period. I'm like, name a school that have had 3 coaches that won more than 3 national championships at a time. Nick Saban, Coach Bryant won 6 at Alabama. Wallace Wade won 3. Another one, too, and Coach Stalin won 1. You was on that team. I mean, who else can say that over 100 years? And this will be the year of the 100th anniversary of our first Rose Bowl and national championship team coming up. Nothing surprised me from all these other SEC schools. I hate to say I used to pull for other SEC schools. I don't care anymore. You know, the Bowl Trophy, like, well, Big Ten won 8 bowl games. Good for them. I don't care about the other schools anymore. I care about Alabama. That's it. I have them Translate, cover, glasses. And tell your son happy birthday Saturday. I wish y'all a happy 4th of July. And all I got to say to both of y'all, stay away from fireworks.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, the only fireworks, thanks,
We
Tommy.
appreciate it, Tommy. Thank you.
The only fireworks we covering are happening over on the capstone, and that is Alabama recruiting. You know, the
And speaking of 4th of July fireworks, hopefully Bama lands Nolan Smith, God, the Georgia boy. Nolan Wilson, defensive lineman out of Picayune, Mississippi.
Yeah, and you know that'll give that. It's obvious that they feel like they're either losing or low on wide receivers and D line and transition, because he would equal, I think, the 5th defensive lineman if he commits. So definitely some things happening there on the D line. So, and we won't be on here tomorrow to cover that, but we'll break it down on Friday and on Monday. But the other part is everybody had pretty much buried Alabama because what's his name was not from the South, and Ken Moore wouldn't be able to recruit the South, and Bam Bam 72 saying, you know, I hear the Auburn fans tell it. To hear the Auburn fans tell it, Saban is still recruiting for Alabama. The board's running circles around Freeze. They beat on their chest last year about winning the state and recruiting. Now what? So I guess my question is, everybody act like Saban wasn't the coach who left last year. Wasn't Saban always going to be the coach? So let's say Saban is helping Alabama recruit. I don't think that's the case. I think this staff is doing it itself. But
the reason people
hold on. But doesn't that still go to DeBoer's credit? Because if Saban, let's say, which is stupid, and I don't agree with it, but let's say that Saban is helping recruit. That's still to DeBoer's credit, because he had enough confidence in himself that he didn't push Saban out. He said, "Hey, you can have the stadium. You're still part of the program. My coaches can come talk to you. You're welcome." So even if Saban is helping, DeBoer still made an environment where Saban is still viewed as part of Alabama's program. 99.9% of the coaches out there could not have done that.
No, I agree. And what this all comes from is the last big recruiting weekend. Saban was around. But what people weren't stopping to think and understand why he was around. He was around because Keelan Russell's sister's funeral was that weekend, and Coach DeBoer decided to go help his freshman and be there and support his freshman quarterback who was burying his twin sister. Like, think about that. Like, Saban, he was around because of helping, because DeBoer was being there for one of his players going through one of the worst things he could be going through in the moment.
But to my point, X, even though DeBoer had enough confidence to do that, which speaks to his character, but it also speaks to his confidence that while he was out, the prior predecessor was there. Hadn't other universities had great coaches before?
Yeah.
So why weren't they saying that before? You see what I'm saying? Like people just don't get what Alabama is as a program and this staff in what they're doing, because they have literally set themselves up as a recruiting juggernaut. And I don't think it's over anytime soon. X, I'm looking at numbers now. Not all these guys, because a few of them left in different things, but in the 2 years, in his 2 classes, if you take transfers and scholarship players, DeBoer has added something like 72 players to the roster, which tells you this team coming up is whose team? DeBoer's team. He probably had to transition faster than any coach ever in terms of a complete new roster, coaching a whole bunch of players that the prior coach didn't coach in such a short window. And I can't wait to see what it does. Come back on the other side, X. We're not gonna have enough time to get deep into it, but we're gonna look at just some of the numbers because it's one thing to get players, it's another thing to get the guys who fit your system in the right positions, and then if and where Alabama goes next in the recruiting trail.
Coming up on The Game with Ryan Fowler.
Coming up on the Thursday edition of The Game, we're going to do a little early free-for-all Thursday, presented by Brian Harden Construction. We'll take your phone calls, your reaction. We'll talk to Rodney Orr, TiderInsider.com. We'll recap the verbal recruiting class so far, and we'll look ahead to what is next. Starting at 2 p.m. here on The Game on Tide 100.9, 1230 WTBC, your home of Alabama Crimson Tide Sports.
The longest running sports program in Tuscaloosa. The Game with Ryan Fowler. Weekdays from 2 to 6 p.m. on Tide 100.9 and streaming on the Tide 100.9 app.
Tide 100.9 traffic.
So far, we are just taking a look at road work this morning. There's one lane open for on Highway 82 in both directions, east and west, between Sam Sutton Road and Boswell Road. We're also looking at long-term work zone setup on I-359 heading southbound at I-20 I-59. Long-term work zone setup at McWright's Ferry Road between Rice Mine Road Northeast and New Watermelon Road. With your Tuscaloosa traffic now, I am Michelle Gilliard.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radios.
The Tide 100.9 WTBC 1230 Sports Radio studio is presented by Be Dry Alabama. Be Dry Waterproofing. Online at BeDryAlabama.com.
Just announced 0% for up to 60 months on all 2025 Nissan Rogue SUVs and the 2025 Nissan Pathfinders. Wow. Don't wait. Just shop now. Townsend Nissan today.
Rapid radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage and no subscription ever. A great alternative to a mobile phone for your kids. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com and you'll get 60% off. Free UPS shipping. Add code radio and get an extra 5% off.
Hey, Joy. Oh, you are glowing.
Oh, hey. More like Mira joyed that Miralax helped me go. I was so backed up. tried mega coffees, prune juice, everything. Then Miralax. And hello, gentle relief without the harsh side effects.
Ooh, how does it work?
It works naturally with the water in your body for constipation relief. Find Miralax today at your local retailer.
Use as directed for occasional constipation.
Serving part-time in the Army National Guard has led to a lot of firsts for me. It paid for me to be the first person in my family to go to school. That education got me to the first day at my dream job, which I can still hold while I serve part-time. That job and the home loan benefits I got from the Army National Guard helped me buy my first house. I also know that I will be one of the first to respond if my community ever needs me.
Sponsored by the Alabama Army National Guard. Aired by the Alabama Broadcasters Association and this station.
4th of July savings are here at the Home Depot with up to 40% off, plus up to an extra $600 off select appliances with free delivery like GE Profile. Simplify your routine with GE Profile appliances. From refrigerators with autofill pitchers and multiple dispensing options to all-in-one washer-dryer combos that can wash and dry a full load in under 2 hours. Shop 4th of July savings on top brand appliances now at the Home Depot. Free delivery on appliance purchases of $396 or more. Offer valid June 18th through July 9th. U.S. only. See store or online for details.
Houston Hydrosteam. That's Houston Hydrosteam. Quality work you can stand on. Whether you're looking for carpet and upholstery cleaning, oriental rug cleaning, residential or commercial water damage, and a whole lot more, you need to call Houston Hydrosteam at 205-553-9460, 553-9460, or visit them online at HoustonHydrosteam.com. And once again, Houston Hydrosteam is quality work you can stand on.
It's time for the Martin Houston Show. With the same hard-hitting, no-nonsense approach in which he played the game, Martin will take you inside the locker room, down on the field, and across the goal line with his in-depth analysis.
Oh, newsflash, they hate us because they ain't us. That's the chant that should be rising from the capstone. CJ Watson pointing out, after Tommy pointed it out, that this will be the 100th year since the Rose Bowl and Alabama's first national championship. CJ kind of a stat number guy saying in 100 years, Alabama's been winning national championships for 100 years. And based on the number we have, Alabama averages a national title every 5.5 years. That's including the lean years, y'all.
So wait. That means
we're getting close on average.
That's 2025.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We over under is this the year. We'll talk about it. Hey, listen.
And the last time there was a 100-year celebration, what Alabama do?
We won a national title. 100th year of Alabama football was 1992. Bam Bam 72 says that DeBoer is not a big ego type coach. You have a legendary coach like Saban, you lean on him. You might as well. Kudos to him for recognizing that. X, just a couple quick inside look. Alabama by position, quarterback 1, running back 2, receivers 3, O-line 2, defensive line 4, potentially 5 on tomorrow. Linebacker 1, defensive back 2, potential on Saturday, and special teams 2. So
and a tight end.
And a tight end. And I think they must have put him where they put him at. I'm not sure if they
Is
even
he listed as an athlete.
They don't even have it listed. I'm looking at 247. Yeah, but we do, and we have Sutter who's in, and so Mac Sutter, athlete, 6'5", 230, tight end, commit as well. So
yeah, and I see Bama's going to add another quarterback, I believe, and Taden Cowler, the quarterback out of Utah, that has connections to the Tagovailoa family. I think he's going to be the second quarterback in this class. I do believe that we land we have a very high possibility between Bama and Miami to land Nolan Wilson tomorrow. I do really like our chances with Jair Edwards on Saturday. And then we've got some linebackers coming throughout the course of the month of July. You have Nick Abrams on July 16th. You have Tank Jones, who's more of an edge, later on this month as well. And then, of course, Elijah Golden, the defensive lineman from Florida that Pat mentioned earlier, will be committing later on this month. So it's going to be interesting to see if Bama continues what's pretty much been a clean sweep of guys that have been crystal ball to Alabama. There's been a couple guys that, breaking late that, hey, this guy's going to go here, this guy's going to go there over Alabama the past month. But everybody that's been crystal ball has landed.
Yeah, and the special teams guys are Zion Gibson, who's a defensive back out of Gaston City, Gaston, Alabama, and Max Sutter. So they don't have athlete listed, so they just put those guys there. But that's another defensive back, which puts it at 3. I'm assuming that's where they're going to play him.
Yeah,
Max Sutter. So, but anyway, where do you think the biggest need is, if there is one area that they have to get a guy? Is it the linebacker position?
I would say get another guy or two on the O-line and probably linebacker. That's where the two kind of where you go, oh, there's not a lot of bodies there yet. So O-line and the off-ball linebacker is what we need.
I guess the question, do you think they go to the portal for that linebacker fit?
That's a potential, and I think it kind of depends on how much you see these young guys play this year, because we have, once again, it's a bunch of seniors and then 5 underclassmen.
Absolutely. Well, hey, guys, that wraps up this week, this edition of the Martin Houston Show. On behalf of Xavier, Cage, Martin, Tide 100.9 and 1230 a.m., we say we're proud to be Americans, and we're proud to celebrate the freedom and the birth and all that we get to do in the great USA. Happy birthday, United States of America. Happy birthday, Xavier. We'll catch you on Monday. Remember this, trust in the Lord always. Lean not your own understanding. All your ways acknowledge him. And he will direct your path. Happy 4th of July, everybody. Roll Tide.
Roll Tide.
Thank you for listening to the Martin Houston Show on your home for Alabama sports. Tide 100.9 and streaming on the Tide 100.9 app.
Here's what's trending on the Tuscaloosa thread.